Drew Otto and Joey Neeb will be back to receive to our left, the concession end of the stadium here at Beal. Gus Utek will kick it off from his own 40, and the kick is on the way. A high end-over-end kick. It will be taken by Otto at the 5-yard line, and he will try the middle, and he will be stopped just outside the 25-yard line, and that's where Menomonie will start 1st and 10. Now, for the most part, the Marshfield Tigers have done a very good job defensively against this power running game of Menomonie, and they've also been able to contain the big play action that Menomonie relies upon off of play action. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Menomonie. I formation again. Stocky will pitch back to Joey Neeb. He will try the left side, try to skirt the end. Peterson chasing him down, but Neeb will pick up about 7 on 1st down. Menomonie fans over there yelling and hollering, and the players on the far sidelines trying to cheer their team on. This is a very emotional program behind Joe Labuda. The fans get behind it. The players hoop and holler on the sidelines and before the ball game. But so far, Marshfield has kept them in check. 2nd down and 3. Pitch now to Joey Neeb near side as Menomonie tries to come up with power football. Neeb does have the corner. He's knocked out of bounds across the 40-yard line at about the 42. So Denny Gadel delivering a pretty strong message at halftime during that Hortonville game when Marshfield trailed by 9. But you can bet your bottom dollar that Coach Joe Labuda probably peeled a little paint off the Marshfield locker room in there as well with his team and said, we're not playing Menomonie football. All right, 1st and 10. Ball at the Menomonie 43-yard line. Hand off to Neeb. He'll try off left tackle, and he has about 3 where he is met there and stopped. Logan Schmitz coming up from his defensive back spot.
Boy, they gave him a very nice spot on that play, Dale. He's got almost 4.5 yards, almost 5 yards on that play.
Menomonie crowd from the far sideline really making a lot of noise, trying to encourage their team right now. They come back to the line of scrimmage, power left. Here comes the pitch play to Neeb. He'll try the left side. He has 5, he has 8, he has 10, and another 1st down. No tricks, nothing fancy. Just the quarterback takes the ball and pitches it to one of their best running backs, and he tries to run off tackle. And right now, Menomonie on the drive. They've got the ball inside Marshfield territory to the 43-yard line, 1st and 10. 21-7, Marshfield leads. We're just underway in the 2nd half. Here's that quarterback counter and going nowhere. This time they fake the quick handoff inside to Neeb, but then the quarterback, Stocky, tries to go to the left side.
Nice play by defensive end on that side. On the right-hand side for the Tigers came in Chuck.
Trevor Peterson.
Peterson, nice play.
Peterson on the stop. 2nd down and 11 as Stocky loses 1.5 yards. Now Menomonie will shift into a shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the right. This is going to be a little inside screen pass to their big receiver, and he catches the ball for about a 3-yard gain. Nice recovery there by Trevor Peterson, who once he started to rush the quarterback, realized that he wasn't being blocked, and a good lineman, that signals to him a screen play, and he reversed his direction and made the tackle.
They had Sternweiss on the shift, Menomonie shift. Sternweiss came out to cover him. That is quite a mismatch against Jaycott. Big boy out there. Nice play by Peterson again.
All right, brings down a 3rd down and 8. Ball at the 40-yard line of Marshfield. Now the Marshfield fans on their feet getting into it. 3 receivers wide left. Quarterback draw to Stocky. He has a couple, and then he's leveled. Zilmer on the tackle, along with Kendall Lysecki from his defensive end spot. So it brings up a big 4th down play for Menomonie, and they're changing a lot of personnel here. 4 or 5 people coming in from the sidelines.
I would say they're going to go for it here, Dale. Coach Joe Labuda is that kind of guy. They're down in the score. They need a quick score here. They're going for it. Big play here.
I formation, pitch left side to Need. He will try to make the first down. He won't get there. Toss play to the left, and he is stopped by a host of tacklers. Justin Sternleis was one of the tacklers. Brandon Baltus also in on the play. He is stopped about a yard short of the first down. Marshfield will take over.
This is exactly what we saw last week, Dale, in the second half. The defense played great in the first half, came out and stuffed Hortonville on their first drive, did the same thing here to Menomonie in the second half. Great stand.
All right, so the Tigers will start again with 8:53 left in the third quarter. Ball at their own 36-yard line. Ashbeck will fake a handoff to Van Tassel. He's going deep down the near sidelines. He has a receiver, Lysicki, with a diving, sliding catch inside the 30-yard line of Menomonie. Double covered. Jake Lysicki. Got my Lyseckis mixed up here. That's Jake Lysicki with a nice pass from Elliot Ashbeck, but he had to go up for it and made it. Was fully extended, made the grab.
You know, that's typical Denny Gadel. You get a great defensive stop, go for the jugular on the first play. Nice grab, nice toss. 1st
and 10 Tigers near hash mark. Ball at their own, at the Menomonie 30-yard line. Ashbeck back to pass again. It's a screen pass, inside pass to Marshall, who actually runs into a couple of his own players, drops the football. And Menomonie has the ball. Peyton Marshall took a little slant pass on a little bubble screen to the left side, and as he turned to run, kind of pinballed off a couple of his own players. As he turned, not expecting players to be there, he put the ball on the grass. Menomonie recovers. So once again, the emotional momentum will swing back to the crimson-colored Menomonie Indians with their dark red or dark crimson-colored uniforms with white and gold numbers. Here comes Stocky, the quarterback, under center. He will go back to throw, looking to the left side, trying to hit Drew Otto, and he overthrows, incomplete. Good coverage out there by the Tigers' Dan Knitsch. I think Stocky on that one, just deciding to throw that one away.
Yeah, Dan had nice coverage, came up and bumped the receiver right at the line of scrimmage, threw him off his route, nowhere to go but throw the ball away. Again, the Tiger defense again here put in a spot. They've done a nice job all year, Dale, recovering from turnovers like this. We'll see what they got.
All right, we've got a 2nd down and 10. Ball snapped to Stocky. He'll pitch it back to Neeb. Again, they'll try the power run. Peterson stringing out the play to the right side. Neeb will have positive yardage, but not much. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 6. Actually, they're going to give him a pretty nice mark on the play and say he got 4. 4.5. So it's a long 5 for a 1st down. But Trevor Peterson, as he's done all year long, fighting to get outside, fighting off blockers. And Menomonie will send multiple blockers at you on those outside plays. Big 3rd down play for Marshfield. I formation, receivers wide left and right. Stocky back to pass. He'll look near side and a little flat pass out here, and he throws that one too wide for Drew Otto. So Marshfield again will conceivably, presumably, set up another punt situation here for Menomonie. But you never know. A guy like Joe Labuda, he's liable to pull any kind of a trick out of the bag or the hat at any time. Pelkey back to punt for Menomonie. Gabeline takes an end-over-ender at his own 47-yard line, tries to get to the near sideline, has one block. Now he does turn the corner. He's at the 40, the 35-yard line of Menomonie before he's bounced out of bounds. Gabeline doing a nice job of setting up some of his blockers by dipping inside momentarily at the hash mark area on this near side and then skirting to the sidelines. Seems like every time we look, Marshfield's in a short field situation. They've managed to put 21 on the board, 7 for Menomonie. Ashbeck again in that pistol or short shotgun formation. Dolezal about a yard behind him. Receivers wide left and right. Padron comes across in motion. They fake it to him and they give an inside handoff to Dolezal on a crossbuck, and he's got yardage up the middle, and he's got 9 yards.
Nice block out front by Cody Cheek, pulling on that inside handoff, came against that linebacker, chucked him outside, gave Brad a couple extra yards. Nice block.
Cody Cheek with a nice block inside there for Marshfield on that play. some misdirection action in the backfield by Marshfield. We've seen Dolezal carry the ball on that play quite a bit in the second half of the season. Second down and a long 2. Ball at the 27-yard line. Ashbeck will hand off to Dolezal. He'll try the right side. He's got room. He's out to the outside. He's got the 20. And let's see where they will mark it. They will mark it inside the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Marshfield. Some good blocking again on the right side of that Marshfield line. They'll move the sticks. The ball will be marked just outside the about the 19-yard line. 1st and 10. 2 receivers wide right and way wide left. Dolezal in the backfield. Ashbeck now looking to throw. He will throw towards the end zone in the corner, but he threw it too long for Austin Littman. Littman pretty well covered there.
Yeah, that's that same play they tried earlier, right towards the end of the first quarter, Dale. And again, Audie had a couple steps on him. Austin had a couple steps, just a bit overthrown, coming on an inside post and coming out the flag. And he's open. They'll go back to that. They'll go back to it again later on in the game.
Trying to hit Austin Littman on a corner pattern, as they have throughout the ball game on a couple of occasions, and they've just misfired, although Littman caught a big seam pass on a diving catch in the first half. Pistol formation again with Dolezal behind Ashbeck on a 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 19-yard line of Menomonie. Snap back to Ashbeck. He will try to roll. He's going to be hit. Oh, and he's going to ground the football. But we have other flags thrown as well on the inside near the line of scrimmage. Going to have a holding call on Marshfield, and they probably would have ended up calling grounding as well on Ashbeck had he not been called for holding on that play.
Boy, they brought everybody on that play, Dale. All 4 linemen, all 3 linebackers. Absolutely nowhere to go with that. Just overwhelm the offensive line.
Big pass rush that time for Menomonie on the play. Talking to one of the team captains, they're talking to Didier, one of the defensive ends. That's Nick Didier. And the ball will be marked off from the 27-yard line. It actually will end up coming back to about the 31-yard line, where it's going to set up a second. And second and about 22 or so for the first down. Marshfield does have the slight breeze at their back right now. I formation. Padron wide right, Lysecki left. Ashbeck back to pass on a draw play to Van Tassel, and he maybe got to the line of scrimmage. Then he's picked up and bear hugged and then slammed to the ground. Again, Didier, that fine defensive end and offensive lineman for Menomonie on the play.
We're doing a nice job of getting the ball to the hole for the most part. TJ likes to, he's that stutter step runner. He's got that one hop, and then he picks a hole to go to. If you can make that step a little bit sooner on there, the break is there. We just got to maintain that block.
Marshfield will be changing personnel on the play. Receivers slot left and right. Tarnowski is a wide receiver coming back in motion. Ashbeck back to pass. He'll throw over the middle. He has Lysecki, and that is complete down to about the 10-yard line. It's going to be short of a first down, but Marshfield picking up most of that 22 yards they needed to get the first down. That ball was on the 30-yard line, and now it will be spotted just outside the 10. Downs marker over there still lists first down. That can't be right. Now they finally flip it over. It's going to be 4th down. So Marshfield will have a decision to make, and so will Menomonie, as they apparently are going to be, they motioned that it was Menomonie's timeout, but it's going to say it's Marshfield's timeout now. We have timeout on the field, 21-7 Marshfield, with 5:28 left in the third quarter. We'll be right back.
Any questions?
No.
You know.
We're not magicians, we can't read your mind.
We need your questions, each and every kind. Will this react with my other medicine?
Hey, what are all these tests even for? Questions are the answer.
We return return the action after the timeout, although Marshfield players still huddle around Coach Fagan, Coach Gadel, Coach Hartwig down here on the sidelines. Coach Lippman also in there talking to receivers as well. Marshfield players returning to the field of play. Marshfield fans on their feet, Menomonie fans on their feet. This is a fourth down and a long yard, almost 2 yards to go for the first down. Ball just outside the 10-yard line. There's a fake handoff inside. Ashbeck will try to keep the ball himself, but he's going to be tackled for a big loss. I think that was just a plain quarterback keeper to the outside. Ashbeck was taking a look down the field. They had one receiver running a pattern, but I think that was just a naked bootleg, and it didn't fool anybody. So rather than going to the power offense or the Wildcat that was successful against Hortonville, Marshfield decides to come up with a little bit of trickery, but it didn't fool Menomonie, as Ashbeck was tackled back outside the 20-yard line at the 23. So will take over there, 1st and 10. White now in the backfield at tailback behind Stocky. He'll be back to throw. He's looking to the left side, again looking for Drew Otto. He'll complete the pass. Otto breaks the tackle. He'll have a first down along the far sidelines. That ball going out to the 35-yard line.
Pass is complete to Otto. Tackled by Baldus. First down, Menomonie.
Chains will move. 21-7, Marshfield leading, 5:15 in the third quarter. I formation again behind Stocky. This time he will patch to, now it's a throwback pass. It's a flea flicker pass back to Stocky, who throws the ball deep down the field. And although there was good coverage on the play, the ball was complete. A lot of confusion on the play as to what is happening on the field, because the Menomonie player got up on the field and made a rather profane, let's say, gesture towards the Tiger defense, but no flag is being thrown on the play. Nevertheless, on a throwback flea flicker play, Stocky completes the pass, ball down to the 28-yard line of Marshfield. He's now back to pass, and he is thrown for a loss. Sternweiss coming through on the play. Had to hesitate for a moment on that long play because there was some confusion first as to whether the Menomonie player caught the football, but he did wrestle it away from a Marshfield Tiger. A lot of commotion from the Tiger coaches on the sideline wanting an unsportsmanlike. Nevertheless, a sack for the Tigers, their second of the game. Second down and 19 yards, ball on the 36-yard line of Menomonie. They go to the shotgun formation, a quick flare pass out to Drew Otto to the left side, and he will have about 8 yards, and then he's buried to the outside, and good hustle by Sternweiss coming from his inside position. And also a Tiger defensive back, I believe that's Zach Schwann's back there at a cornerback spot right now for the Tigers. So this will bring up a third down and 11 and a half. Ball on the 30-yard line. 3:46, 3:45 left in the third. Stocky back to pass, looking for a middle screen. The ball is deflected. Marshfield Tigers doing a good job of staying home in the middle, and the tight end who was trying to sift into the inside bumped into a couple of the Tigers as he tried to turn, but it's behind the line of scrimmage, no pass interference. So that brings up a fourth down call. A little bit of a lull in the crowd. You'll hear them begin to roar again. Here we go. Fourth down. 4th and 11. Menomonie. Stocky, a long count, back to throw. He's being chased out of the pocket by Lysicki. Now will throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. The ball went through the hands of a receiver that was crossing from left to right. It went off the hands of Garrett Anderson. The ball a little bit in front of him, but there was good coverage and contact out there also in the Tiger secondary. So once again, this Tiger defense that has been so staunch all season long, getting Marshfield out of some sticky situations, especially the last 2/3 of the season as they've gotten stronger and stronger, make another stop after one long pass play by Menomonie. So they're back on offense, this time deeper in their own territory, ball on their own 30. They have not had to go this kind of distance much in the game today. Hand off to Van Tassel. He'll try the middle, and he will stumble forward for 3 or 4.
Van Tassel up the middle. Stopped by Didier.
Now this is a Tiger football team that does like the big play, and they do like to throw the football. Let's see though, with a 21-7 lead, not real deep in their own territory, but still relatively deep, ball at their own 34-yard line. Let's see what they choose to do. Well, this might be our answer. Here's the shotgun set. Receivers wide left and right. Padron will come across in motion. Crossbuck action. They'll hand it off on that crossbuck running play to Dolzal. He'll try the right side. He's got a couple. He's got 3. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and short for Marshfield as the ball is pushed out to the 40. Nope, make that the 37-yard line, 38-yard line now. The officials will finally put it down. 38-yard line of Marshfield. So 3rd and short, I formation. Menomonie crowding the line of scrimmage. 6 people down, a couple linebackers real close. It's going to be an I formation handoff, and they won't reach the line of scrimmage. Marshfield's going to lose a couple yards on the play as Menomonie sent the house. The defensive line of Menomonie much more aggressive at the line of scrimmage there. But the Marshfield defense does allow Marshfield to dodge a bullet, and Marshfield puts themselves in a punting situation to hopefully try to reverse field position again. UTEC gets a low snap, fields it. Nice kick, a high spiraling kick. And Otto will signal for a fair catch, and they'll say he caught that ball back at about the 17-yard line.
Nice kick by UTEC. Fair caught at the...
A 42-yard punt on that play, 44-yard punt on that play. So UTEC coming through with a very nice kick to put Menomonie back on their side of the field. In fact, inside the 20-yard line, as the officials will mark it now at about the 18. Here comes Menomonie off the sidelines. Wouldn't be surprised if we see White in the backfield with a power running game. No, here comes Stocky back to throw. He's in trouble. He'll go down. Good push by the Marshfield defensive line as they push the offensive line of Menomonie right back in the face of Stocky, and he will lose 9 on the play. That's our 3rd sack in the ball game. Our quarterback sacks are sponsored by Quality Roofing of Marshfield. Defend your property from Mother Nature's hard drives with a commercial roofing system from Quality Roofing. All right, so a 2nd and 18. Ball on the 12-yard line. Stocky will go back to throw again. He'll try to throw the ball to the left in the flats, and he makes a nice toss there to Drew Otto, who beats the coverage long enough to pick up about 7 yards on the play. They're going to say he went out of bounds just outside the 20-yard line at about the 21. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 yards to go for the 1st down for Menomonie. Ball moved back to the 21-yard line. 1:05 left in the 3rd quarter. Marshfield leads by 2 scores. Stocky again back to throw, looking near side this time, and he completes a pass out here, just gets it by the hands of a Marshfield defender who went for the intercepted, and Bauer, the receiver for Menomonie, is going to pick up the 1st down as he catches a pass near the Tiger bench at the 36-yard line. Not much you can do with that. That was just a pretty good execution by Menomonie, as Blake Bauer was not open by much. Knitsch was on him, but the ball right there. 1st and 10. Stocky will look to throw again. This time he'll go down the deep left sidelines, and he's got Drew Otto wide open. But Otto will be knocked out of bounds as Baltus does recover on the play. Now, I'm not sure whose play that was. I think Baltus actually coming from behind to make the play. I think somebody deeper in the secondary missing on coverage there. And that ball is completed inside Marshfield territory, and it's down to the 32-yard line. Boy, Drew Otto finding himself wide open down the far sidelines. Otto again back to throw. Throwing down the near sidelines. He's throwing deep, and it's almost picked off by a Marshfield player on coverage. That's Knitsch, who almost looked like the receiver on the play. As Stocky trying to hit one of his wide receivers, Bauer, with a long out pass down the sidelines near the 15-yard line. So the Marshfield defense has their back up against the wall again, a second down play. This time Stocky under center will try a quick pitch to Neeb to the outside behind power blocking, and he has a few yards to the outside. He'll pick up 5 as Menomonie trying to catch Marshfield quickly as they got up to the line of scrimmage, snapped the ball quickly with 4 blockers out here to the right side, almost a single wing looking play with a quick pitch to Neeb, the running back. In fact, they pick up 7 yards on the play. That's going to bring down a 3rd and 3. Ball at the 25-yard line. Menomonie to the line again. Anderson wide ref. Here comes Stocky on that quarterback counter, and he is hit and fumbles the football. Stocky went through the line of scrimmage, gained a yard or 2, and then somebody downfield drilled him. I think that was Peterson hitting him and knocking the ball loose. And it was recovered by the Marshfield Tigers. So again, the defense coming up with a big play. Stocky looked like he had a lot of room to run, and all of a sudden Peterson coming from behind. Big hit, big collision on Stocky. You can see the ball pop loose. It was just a matter of who could scramble far enough to get there. And we have a timeout on the field. No, we've got the end of the quarter. As our clock did run out after that play, I thought we had a few seconds left. At the end of the third quarter, Marshfield leads us 21-7 over Menomonie. We'll be right back.
How do you convince a 14-year-old girl that hair doesn't matter? When the diagnosis is childhood cancer, where can parents turn? CureSearch.org can help. It's run by doctors and scientists whose research has led to an overall cure rate of 78%. You're not as alone as you feel.
I am folding the pants. The pants are long. Do they go on my head? Do they? Do the pants go on my head? No. They go on.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
Once again, the Marshfield defense comes up with a big play, forcing the second turnover of the football game. At least the second turnover for Menomonie. Marshfield also lost one fumble in the second half. So Marshfield back in business. Starting the fourth quarter, they're to our left, going towards the scoreboard end. Ashbeck will drop back to pass, ball at the 23-yard line. He throws a little flat pass out to Tarnowski, or to TJ Van Tassel, who has an open sideline and gets the first down plus about 5 or 6 more yards. No, they'll say he stepped out of bounds, but just beyond the first down sticks, saying Marshfield does have a first down, but the ball is at the 32-yard line of Marshfield. Tarnowski finding himself wide open that time, coming out of the backfield. Tigers don't usually bring their half-back tailbacks out of the backfield. I think I said Tarnowski, that was Van Tassel. Ashbeck back under center. No, he's back in the shotgun. He'll fake the inside handoff to Padron coming across, looking to throw a screen pass out here to the right, and now overthrows Dolezal. That's going to be illegal men downfield as Marshfield had several men downfield to block on the screen, and Dolezal also was about 3 yards downfield on the play. Coach Gadel pleading his case over here, saying that Dolezal was in the backfield, but I don't believe so. I think he was a couple of yards across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the line of scrimmage on that play, Dale, was at 37, and when the ball crossed over Brad's outstretched arm, he was almost to the 40-yard line, and Cody Cheek was way downfield here, so that's a good call by the officials.
Talking to Didier of Menomonie, and they're trying to decide whether they want to take this penalty or decline it. But Coach Labuda, I think, says move him back.
Penalty is accepted.
The ball would have been out here to the 40-yard line, apparently. And now it's going to be marched back. So that's going to bring up a 1st and 15 for Marshfield. Ball spotted at the 31.5-yard line. Near sidelines or near hash mark. T backfield with Gabeline and Dolezal in the backfield behind Ashbeck. Long count. He will turn and he'll hand off to Gabeline on a counter play, and he'll slip one tackle near the line of scrimmage, but he'll get a yard, maybe 2. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12. Now the ball out to the 35-yard line. We are in the 4th quarter, 11:28, 11:27. That clock keeps ticking. 21-7, Marshfield leading this one. For the most part, they've held this powerful Menomonie offense in check, exception of a couple big plays. 2 big plays in this game. 2nd and 12. Ashbeck from the gun. He'll look to the left side. Lysecki on a slant pattern, running the post, and that ball thrown on the line, thrown a little bit too hard.
They ran that pattern last week, Dale, to Ian Padron at Hortonville, that post pattern across the middle, deep across the middle of the field, and that was open all afternoon last Saturday. And they tried to go right after it again for this time trying to get Lysecki on that pattern, and just a bit overthrown. Maybe Elliott put a little more air under that one, let Jake run underneath it.
Jake couldn't reach it. So a 3rd down and 12. Marshfield looking to convert here as Menomonie drops 5 people back underneath in coverage. Ashbeck now looking for, there's a flag thrown on the inside. The pass complete this side to Padron, and that pass would be complete close to the 1st down, but there's a flag thrown in the middle at the line of scrimmage, and I think we're going to have an illegal block. Yes, we're going to have a hold on Marshfield, and that flag thrown all the way back at the 30-yard line, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll mark off another 10 there, maybe, unless Menomonie just chooses at this point to decline the penalty.
Holding penalty on James Bailey. Menomonie's going to take the hold.
See what they're going to do. They're going to take the hold, and they're going to move Marshfield all the way back to the 20-yard line. This is going to be 3rd and forever for a 1st down. Marshfield needing to get all the way out here to the 47.5-yard line for the 1st down, and the ball is spotted at the 20. So 3rd down and 27. Split receivers, slot receivers left and right. Padron going in motion from the offense's right to left. An inside handoff to Dolezal on a short trap, and he'll pick up 5 or 6 yards, but that'll bring up a 4th down, and Marshfield will be forced to punt. So instead of a makeable situation in a 3rd down situation, Marshfield finds them with the big holding call and again stop another drive. So UTEC will be standing back at his own 11-yard line to punt. Neeb waits to return the ball. Ball almost blocked, and it's shanked off the side of the foot of UTEC. Marshfield fortunate they get somewhat of a roll, and that ball is going to make it out here to the 50-yard line and just cross the 50 in the Menomonie territory. Somebody came free right up the middle, almost blocked that kick, and UTEC just lucky he kind of turned a little bit to get away from that man, and in attempting to punt it, shanked the ball a little bit, but you can hardly blame him with the kind of pressure he saw coming right in his face. All right, Menomonie now will hustle to the line of scrimmage. Ball at their own 49-yard line, 10:26 left in our game. Marshfield by 2 scores. Stocky back to throw. He's looking for Otto to the far sideline. Good coverage there by Knitsch. The ball goes over Otto's head. Drew Otto, one of the leading receivers on this ball club. In fact, the leading receiver coming in. 16 catches for 236 yards, a 15-yard average, and a touchdown. However, a lot of the passes that Menomonie completed in the regular and early playoff season were a result of play action. We have a change in quarterbacks. Nelson James now in. He's the throwing quarterback. He'll drop the throw, and he's looking deep down this far side, near sidelines, and that ball is way overthrown.
Pass incomplete to Colin Jacket.
James has passed for 428 yards on the season. He's a 6'2", 176-pound senior.
Marshfield deciding to make a change in the secondary with Zach Schwann's playing cornerback now. 6', 170-pound junior playing cornerback. Get some height out there.
Joey Neeb at running back. Stocky back to throw. Neeb flaring out to the right side. He catches the ball across the line of scrimmage. He'll have 6, 7, maybe 8 yards. Let's see where the officials mark him, though, along the sidelines. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the Marshfield 45, and that'll bring up another big fourth down situation for the Tiger defense, a 4th and 4. Actually, 4th and probably 3.5 on the play. Menomonie needing to get to about the 41.5-yard line, the ball just touching the 45. Wing formation, quick pitch to Neeb, near sidelines. He runs into traffic, nothing doing. He also runs into Mike Peterson. Mike Peterson, Sternweiss and company. Brandon Baltus in on the play. Michael Shara also pursuing out there. And from his inside defensive tackle position, good hustle also there from Ben Wartella. So once again, Marshfield stops this vaunted Menomonie running game. 1st and 10 Marshfield. They'll take over at their own 44. Clock continues to run. Come on, clock. 10:03, 21-7 Marshfield. Ashbeck underneath Barth for the snap. Long count. He'll hand off to Van Tassel. Doesn't find much on the inside, but then does cut back, squirts his way, and actually is going to have a first down and more. It looked like Van Tassel was only going to have about a yard. You can hear the crowd with their appreciative cheers below us as Van Tassel had about a yard gain, and one of the Menomonie players had him around the waist. He broke away from 2 players after a yard gain, spun, and picked up extra yardage all the way for a first down, dragging a Menomonie player with him. The ball just inside the 40-yard line of Menomonie. Dolezal in an offset eye to the left. Tyler Rollins to that side as a tight end. Now Ashbeck starting to milk the clock as he will look at the official for his 5-second count. There it is. There's a pitch back to Van Tassel. He'll try the left side, and he's going to be run down. He's going to run out of room, and actually he'll fall down for about a 3-yard gain. He had blockers in front of him, Padron out there, Rollins out there, but there was good inside pursuit from Menomonie. Excellent effort there from Eli Sankey from Menomonie, who got Van Tassel for the loss. He lost about 3.
He's the young man who made the great play on the sack on Elliott last Tiger drive.
Ball back at the Marshfield 42-yard line, 43-yard line. 2nd and 13. Far hash mark over on the Menomonie sidelines. Ashbeck back to throw again. Pass rush. He slips the pass rush. Ball thrown down this near sidelines as Padron was battling a defensive back. That's Otto for the ball. Padron cut his route off a little bit, maybe looking for a back shoulder throw, but Ashbeck threw it down the sidelines, incomplete. That would have been a battle had that ball been in the area, because both of those young men are excellent receivers. One thing we should say here, however, Menomonie has a lot of players that go both ways. Now watching Drew Otto walk back to the defensive huddle, he's bent over now, hands on knees. He had his hands on hips. That might be to Marshfield's advantage, this 2-platoon system, as it has been over the years. Ashbeck will take the snap as Littman crosses in front of him in motion. He'll fake, inside shovel pass to Dolzal, who's got the first down and keeps going.
Wow.
He's down inside the 30-yard line, and we're going to have a very late flag thrown possibly after the play. The back judge came in after Dolzal was out of bounds and players were already picking themselves up, and then a rocket came in here, and that will be a hold. The flag was thrown at the 30-yard line.
We're going to get a block in the back on that play, Dale. I think against Peyton Marshall. I had my eyes on the shovel pass and on Brad all the way down. I saw the flag come in late, but I did not see the play. But that's actually what we got. We got a block in the back.
A big sack there. But they will call an illegal block on Marshfield. That will take the ball back and negate part of that run by Dolzal. Tigers gain about 6 or so on the play. The ball just inside the 40-yard line. 3rd down and 10. Again, Littman will come across the formation inside Ashbeck, who takes the shotgun snap. He's under pressure, throws the ball down this near sideline to Littman, and Littman actually goes up as a defender and collides with 2 safeties from Menomonie. The ball falls to the ground. That ball probably should have been picked off by Menomonie, but between the 2 Menomonie defenders fighting each other for the football and Littman throwing his body into the fray as well, that ball falls incomplete. So nice play there by Littman, just getting there to help break it up. Ashbeck under a lot of pressure. Good snap back to UTEC. Here's the punt. An end-over-end knuckleball that's going to hit at the 10. It's going to roll inside the 10, and it's going to stop dead close to the 5-yard line. The officials will mark it at about the 7. So not a pretty punt, but a very effective punt by Gus UTEC. A low line drive, almost rugby-style knuckleball kick. 8:18 left in our ball game. Marshfield Tigers lead 21-7. Dale Yukaitis along with you for the ride this afternoon, along with Mike Klein. Hope you're enjoying this one. It's been a heck of a football game, a level 3 Division II action. Stocky now does not have the right personnel on the field looking around, and he's either short somebody or they're not lined up right. Menomonie will waste a timeout. All right, so we'll have a timeout in the action. Marshfield Tigers leading this one 21-7 over Menomonie. We'll be right back.
I'm looking for a wallet.
Ah, celebrating high school graduation.
No, I dropped out.
星啊，呢個友仔要買荷包啊。
係佢樣，阿碌碌好似馬騮星咁。係
啊，真係可惜啊，中學都畢唔到業。
我翻嚟啦，係。
Isn't it a little small?
Go to OperationGraduation.com.
8:18 left in the 4th quarter. Menomonie having to call their second timeout of the half because they had some sort of an offensive problem. They're way down in the far corner, just near that scoreboard, so it was kind of hard to tell whether it was a misalignment or they were short somebody. But Stocky stepped out from under center and said, we need a timeout. All right, here comes Menomonie, 1st and 10. 3 receivers now shifting wide left for Menomonie. Stocky will throw a little bubble screen. It's a double pass, and a ball thrown down this near sideline for Drew Otto, and the ball is incomplete. Outstanding pass coverage there. And that was Marshfield's Dan Knitsch back on the play. Not fooled by that double pass. So Joe Labuda, as expected, has the tricks in the bag. And that time Menomonie running 3 receivers out here to the left and running a double pass, throwing the ball to the left to a flanker. He stepped back and threw downfield, but good coverage by the Tigers. White in the backfield now behind Stocky. He will turn, and a little pass to Neeb near the near sideline. It looked like it was going to be an inside screen, and it's incomplete. Actually, Peterson was right there and grabbed a hold of Neeb, and that ball thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and that is there's no pass interference back there.
No, not at all, and all Trevor had to do was take one more step and turn to the inside, and he had a pick 6.
Well, let's see what Menomonie chooses to do here on a 3rd and 10 at their own 6-yard line. Stocky back to throw, looking over the middle. Again, a middle screen, and the Marshfield Tigers have it pretty well bottled up. There's a short gain on the play. One of the best defenders on the play turned out to be the umpire, who couldn't get out of the way because he was sandwiched in the middle of the pile, and he helped stand the pile up. So Menomonie gains 3 on that short pass, and they will punt. Lex Pelkey back to punt to Gabeline. Punt is away. It's another beauty. Gabeline having to go all the way back across half field down to his own 25-yard line, catches it on the bounce, outraces one defender, and manages to return the ball back to the 35-yard line. Pelkey doing a nice job punting the football today for Menomonie. He has kicked some howitzers. Keep in mind that he did have whatever win that we do have today at his back, and that ball was a spiral, got up there in the wind. 65-yard punt with only about a 5 or 6 yard return by Gabeline. So here comes Marshfield. Ashbeck having a conversation with Dolezal as they come to the line of scrimmage. I formation. Lysicki wide left, Padron right. And here's a handoff to Van Tassel. He'll try the middle, nothing there, and he gets slammed to the ground.
Van Tassel with the carry, loss of 1.
Marshfield is much bigger in Menomonie at the line of scrimmage, but Menomonie has some very quick wrestler-type linemen in there. They go to a 3-man front right now with 5 linebackers, a 3-5 type look. And we're going to get a false start, I think, on Marshfield. Barth looked like he was going to snap the ball and maybe lost his grip on the football, and rather than try to snap it, hung on to it. And even though it's a 5-yard penalty, Barth maybe with a wise choice there rather than try to snap that ball and not have good control of it in the shotgun. So again, Marshfield will go back. They don't gain much on first down. In fact, they lost a half a yard. Now they lose 5 by penalty. Illegal procedure. Slots left and right for Marshfield. Wide left and right. Dolezal, the lone protector in the backfield, just behind Ashbeck. Elliott now will call the snap, and he will go on a quarterback draw, and he won't go on a quarterback draw because he's going to go backwards some more. So Marshfield looks somewhat like they're content to try to run some clock here, and we do have a timeout by Menomonie.
Let's go! Hurry!
Dude, why is your mom driving us to MetalCon?
Remember when I bought us all snowboards on that credit card and never paid it back? Well, I guess they check that stuff out when you apply for a car loan.
Afterwards, we'll all go out for ice cream.
Don't let your credit put you in a bad place. Go to controlyourcredit.gov.
Don't walk. Don't walk. Walk. Do not enter. Hot dogs. Definitely like hot dogs. Motorcycle club. Everything must go. Ghostly ghouls. Don't look at that, Teddy. Body piercing. Ouch.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
Timeout is over. We have a 3rd and 19 situation again for the Tigers. Ball back at their own 27-yard line. Ashbeck will throw a flat pass to Dolezal. He catches the ball at the 25, breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. Does get the ball out here to the 34-yard line, but he's still going to be short of the original line of scrimmage. I tell you, trying to tackle Brad Dolezal, if any of you at home played football and got to play a little defense and remember that guy that was just like trying to tackle a bowling ball. Dolezal is so strong, well, you can imagine being a state wrestling champion. Guys just bounce off of him. 4th and 12. UTEC back to punt again for the Tigers. He's standing back at his own 17-yard line. Long snap for the Tigers. Snap is good. UTEC gets the kick away. A spiral. Nee will have to go back to his own 30-yard line, and immediately, as soon as he catches the ball, he's hit and drops the football. No, he does not fumble it. The officials say he's down by contact. I think he threw the ball down out of frustration. Dan Drock on outstanding coverage in special teams there for the Tigers today. So Menomonie has 5 minutes and 20 seconds to get themselves back in this football game. They trail by 2 scores. And here's a shift formation again to the right side. There's 5 people out here to the right. And Stocky will try to run to the left because he cannot find the receiver that he wants. Something didn't go right for him on the play as Menomonie shifted 2 linemen and 3 receivers way out here to the left side in an old-fashioned swinging gate kind of play. Stocky will try to run the right side. He'll gain 2 yards, and that's it. I'm not sure what that was all about. Strange looking play. I've seen 3 guys stacked up, but there were 5 out here. Stocky back to throw again. 3 receivers near side. He has plenty of time. Now drifts to the left side. He will throw over the middle, and the ball's dropped. Stocky running to the near sideline was chased by Peterson, who drilled Stocky, knocking him to the turf, and Stocky getting up very slow. That ball thrown over the middle would have been a first down. It was thrown low. The receiver had to go down to his knees. That was Anderson, and the ball hit him around the thigh pad area, and he dropped the football. 3rd and 8. 35-yard line of Menomonie. Here's a flare pass out here to Drew Otto. Makes one man miss. He's at the 40, the 45-yard line, and he'll have the first down. As Sternweiss out here on a heat-seeking missile approach to try to attack Otto, and Otto just with a little quick sidestep sent Sternweiss flying by him. But again, the Tigers bend a little bit and don't break. Menomonie does get the first down. They're out to their 46.5-yard line, near sideline, near hash. Stocky will again throw a swing pass to the right side to Otto again, and he will have about 6 yards to the far sideline. Good job of tackling out there after the catch by the Tigers. Kendall Lysecki sprinting all the way out there from his defensive end spot along with Knitsch. 2nd down and 4. 4:09, 4:08, 4:07. Stocky back to throw again. Pump fake. He's looking deep. Over the middle for Anderson, who's wide open. And he catches the ball over the middle for a long gain, and he's down to the Tiger 23-yard line. Tigers possibly getting a little confused by the crossing pattern there, and the big 6'5" Anderson getting wide open over the middle. First down Menomonie. They will hustle to the line of scrimmage. They'll have to wait till they set the change. Clock is now wound. Stocky will sprint to the right side to throw. He is going to run. He has the first down. He's to the 10-yard line and knocked out of bounds there. I'm not sure why there wasn't a penalty flag thrown on the play, because the Menomonie offensive line was not set when that ball was snapped. They were still getting snapped when it was in the air. But the officials choosing not to throw a flag. I guess they're saying today, let them play. It's a big game. We're not going to intrude in this one. Nevertheless, it's a first down for Menomonie at the Tiger 10-yard line. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Stocky back to throw. Slant pass over the middle, and he finds Anderson over the middle on a pick play as Menomonie picks off Sternweiss at the linebacker spot and knocks him down. It's a play that all the teams run. Nobody ever calls it. It's not legal, but it's one of those so-called rub plays. Anderson catches the ball into the end zone for the touchdown. So Menomonie now closes the gap with 3:41 left, 21-13. So the Tigers will have to gain some first downs here. The ball is back. Didier's kick is up, and it is good. So our score now, 21-14. Menomonie leads, comes back in this one. Tigers still ahead, 21-14, with 3:41 left in the 4th quarter. We'll be right back.
My nerves stand on end. Everything's a blur. And all I want to do is get even higher.
Andrea Moretti is under the influence of her local teen center volunteer. She helps Andrea stay on top of the world and off drugs. Be a coach, a mentor, a volunteer, because you have something to offer.
Marshfield Tigers have their hands team on the field expecting an onside kick with 3:41 left. And the kicker, Didier, now will give way to another man standing side by side. Who will make the kick? Yes, they will try an onside kick, and it is recovered by Marshfield. Menomonie crossed three guys towards the football, kicked the ball to their far sidelines. The ball took one big hop, but then went to the 42-yard line, and it was recovered by the Tigers. I believe that was Baltus who recovered that, Brandon Baltus. He's also done a nice job at defensive back today.
Very important now. Marshfield needs to pick up at least 2 first downs. Menomonie, I believe, is out of timeouts. If Marshfield can run the clock down using the back judge as the key here and get 2 first downs, they should be able to seal the win.
I think Menomonie is out of timeouts at this point, so Marshfield needs to run some clock. 3:41, 3:40 to play. Ashbeck will go back, and he's going to throw on first down. He's going to throw it down the far sideline to Padron, who makes the catch. Oh my, just about the time that you think Marshfield is going to maybe try to hand it off and run out the clock. Here comes Denny Gadel and Paul Fagan, and with the, the guts of a cat burglar, decide to throw the ball on first down. And Drew Otto, the fine receiver, was back here on coverage, but he got turned around, and Padron went up and outfought him for the ball, and it's caught complete, and it's at the 24-yard line of Menomonie. So just about the time you're thinking they're going to run the ball, guess what? Nothing doing. In fact, here comes the short shotgun formation again. Wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a handoff to Dolezal on one of these plays. He's the fullback behind. There it is. There's the handoff to Dolezal. He will power ahead, and he'll pick up a yard or two. Every time Elliot Ashbeck comes to the line of scrimmage now, he looks at the back judge, who, when he gets to his countdown on that 25 seconds, in the last 5 seconds, you'll see that man start to count the last 5 seconds off. So Marshfield trying to use as much time with every snap as possible, knowing Menomonie's out of timeouts. Marshfield taking a lot of time to get this play in.
Yeah,
they're still looking to the sidelines.
A lot of confusion, Elliott, trying to get
2:32, 2:30, 2:29. The official already counting down. Marshfield needs to call a timeout themselves because they couldn't get the play in. Well, better that than take a 5-yard loss on this one, I guess. So we have a timeout on play. 21-14, Marshfield Tigers over Menomonie here at Beal Stadium. 2:25 left. We'll be right back.
So nice out here.
Yeah, I used to come out here when I was a kid. Nothing.
No, I definitely heard something.
Look! Who's that?
Let's get out of here! What are you doing? Start the car!
Okay.
He's trying to act!
He does? I say! Come on, baby!
What's that doing?
Think history is a little scary? Then log on to LOC.gov and see how much fun it can be. The Library of Congress at LOC.gov.
Elliot Ashbeck having a fine day today, 15 out of 29 for 305 yards. Mike Klein helping us out with stats here at today's ball game. Marshfield up to the line of scrimmage. The ball is spotted at the Menomonie 24-yard line, 2:25 left. Receivers wide left and right. Dolezal behind Ashbeck. They'll give it to Ashbeck again, and he's going to try the left side, try to get around the corner, but he will not get much. He'll get a couple there, and that's about it.
Brad Josel with the carry, stopped by Didier.
And the clock continues to run. Apparently Menomonie still had one timeout left because they're calling a timeout, and they got one. So Menomonie apparently still with a timeout left in this ball game. I'm sorry, I thought they were out of timeouts. 21-14 Marshfield. We'll be right back.
So you're the new girl. Yes. That's cute. Go on in.
Mr. Felsnikov? Thank you for overlooking my credit score. I was in college and I charged up a whole bunch of things that I really couldn't afford. Who knew employers checked that?
Hey kid, I don't credit check you. You don't credit check me. Capiche?
And sometimes it floods in here. You might want to start wearing boots.
Potential employers can check your credit. Don't let your bad credit put you in a bad job.
Tiger offense now done with their conversation over here with the Marshfield coaching staff with Denny Gadel and Paul Fagan. They're back on the field. They'll go right to the line of scrimmage as Menomonie gets set on defense. Ball at the 23. We have a 3rd and 9 play. Ashbeck back to throw. Gets decent pass protection. Ball almost picked off.